The Dynamos crowd already into their full voice. And I'd like to believe that we still have some more people coming in, because this is not the sort of crowd we had when they last played here against Moors, in which they posted a very famous victory, a 1-0 victory through a penalty that was taken by Temptation Chiwunga, beg your pardon. And on the other side, of course, on my right, the Mbare end, of course, the crowd is slowly growing. And if they can do better than this, there will be enough crowd to create a carnival atmosphere. The referee is just conducting their pre-match rituals, the inspections of the nets, as well as making sure that each team has got a complement of 11 players before we get underway. And soon the kickoff will come, and after 90 minutes we will know who will be picking all 3 points. Dimbare there acknowledging the presence of their fans, and they responded well. Well, Greenfield being the away team, don't have many in the crowd here. They simply would like to get down and get on with it. 3 points at stake. Who will pick up the 3 points? But before we get underway, let me introduce my match analyst who is sitting beside me here, John Kani. Joe, 2 teams threatened with relegation here. Your views about the match in prospect?
Yeah, this game this afternoon is quite an interesting fixture, because the 2 teams are actually sharing seats in the relegation waters. But at the moment, if I look at the log table, Dynamos actually have more pressure to get points out of this game. Greenfield, yes, might be happy with a draw, but Dynamos would definitely be desperate for all 3 points. But because even if Dynamos wins today, they'll just narrow the gap. They won't change their position. They won't move from 17th position, because the 2 teams are separated by 5 points.
Yes, indeed. As we now pause for a minute's silence in honor of our departed dear brother, that's Tendai Ndoro, who will be buried today. Yes, that was a minute's silence in honor of former Zimbabwe international, former Orlando Pirates striker, Tendai Ndoro, who succumbed to diabetes, we are told. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Mapanje, the match referee, getting ready to blow his whistle and get us underway here. He's just checking with the respective teams if everything is in order. It is in order. Greenfields kick us off as they play from right to left, and the Dynamos are defending the city end and attacking the Mbare end. That is, they're playing from left to right. Yes, Greenfields first to get a throw in on the near side through Chinomeke. Notenda Meke is now with Greenfields. Here's their captain, the big defender, Honest Moyo. Looks very comfortable on the ball here, playing alongside Kagudu Blessing and Colin Majuru, as well as Reginald Chinemo. Dynamos with a throw in, picked up by Gwatizo, who lays it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Tafremutsa certainly has been in top form of late, as Wisdom Mutasa can't fasten onto that pass. Here it comes to Meke once again, turning away from his marker. Plays a good looking ball that could be of interest to Harrison Masina. Here comes the cross, and the Greenfields get a corner. Magwaza heading that one out of play, averting the danger. Greenfields, Joe, look like they would like to, do their job early.
Yes, it seems the Greenfield are on the offensive. They've had their first corner in the first 2 minutes of the game, and I think it's justified, because if you look at their formation, Greenfield have deployed a 3-5-2 formation. They've congested their midfield, where you see Clive Rupia, Tinomeke, Garikai Dematsika, Rodo Chingetire is always put a question to Collins.
Yes, indeed. The Dynamos have managed to defend that corner kick. Can they launch a counter? But Greenfields are doing well with Reginald Chinemo picking up the ball on the far side. Can they do something special? Well, it's a tussle for possession. It comes in now in a good-looking position. And finally, Nyengatere loses possession. Nyengatere is a well-traveled player wearing just number 37, turned out for Wange in his youthful days. Former soccer star of the year as well. Then joined Caps United before joining Greenfields. Dimbare with Tafremuta picking up possession. Chiunga temptation. Long searching ball played through. A flick trying to find his co-striker in Kasondo, but he slipped at the crucial moment and has lost possession. Chinemo. It's Masjiru rather who guides it back to his goal minder. Tatenda Chikoero. Boys Denaro. What can they do? A long one forward. This one is taken away by Nyengatere, who tries a shot from afar, but didn't wrap his foot around it properly, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. Nyengatere is a player to watch, Joe, because having played as a striker for most of his career, he has to be watched very closely whenever he gets into those shooting positions.
Yes, and born in 1988, he's a legend in the game. He's actually seen it all. He's been in the trenches long enough to be a problem for Dynamo this afternoon, so they need to watch him. He's someone who can actually decide where the points will go.
Certainly, Nyengatere, despite his age, is a very, very effective player. Here's Honest Moyo, ready to dispatch the throw, finding Nyengatere, who does well to find Meke. Nyengatere gets the return pass. He's controlling the proceedings so far, and this one rolls kindly for Gwatizo Abel of Dimbare. Pio has been away through injury for the past 3 or 4 weeks. He's one very useful player in the middle of the park for Dynamos, as Greenfields fighting for possession. This one is neatly taken. Masina trying to skip past his marker, but it comes to Magwaza. Anywhere goes for the young defender. Dynamos are starting slowly here. And Kelvin Kayendo obviously will not be happy with the way that they've started. But it's still early days here. Here they come once again. Chiunga, Pio. As Dimbare again lose possession, out of play on the far side. Long one into the middle of the park. Ngwenya gives away possession. And Greenfields now pouring forward. Ball played through, good interception. This is a good looking cross. Nobody home. Jalai ignores it, but a run has come. And this one rolls into touch for a Dynamo's throw-in. We welcome those joining us for the first time. It's 0-0 here at Torfaro Stadium, with only 6 minutes gone. Dimbare getting another free kick. That's Garikai de Matsika there with just number 7. And I remember starting my commentary career, his father, Lloyd de Matsika, was a player. And it will be interesting to see if young de Matsika will be able to emulate his old man. This is a good take by Tinomeke, teasing the Dimbare players on the near side here, riding a tackle. This is a lovely pass into the center. Back again to Meke. Chinotenda Good looking cross. This one falls kindly for Dematsika. Big and strong like the old man. Now it's picked up by Kagudu Blessing. Long one inside the area. Dynamos smacking there. Was found wanting, but they were lucky. Nyengatere tries to curl this one back. But he's being monitored by Teo. And I think Nyengatere raised this boot dangerously. And it will be a free kick from the far side. Now the free kick will come to be taken by Tafremutsa. Long one, Meke can control, and Mtasa takes it away. Here it comes to Chiunga, helped out there by Jalai. Mtasa trying to play 1-2 with his captain, but this one runs into touch. Colin Majuru was the last one to touch it. That will be a throw-in for Green Fuel. Now Jalai to take it. In a goalless situation. Emmanuel Jalai, long throw. Looking for Mtasa, who can't control. Matsika does well to take it away, plays a long ball forward. And Gwatidzo was on guard for Timbare. That was a good ball from young Dematsika Garikai. And Gwatidzo again. I don't know why he was bringing that one down, creating problems for himself, but he finally extricates himself out of it. And it comes to Chiunga. That one is overcooked. The idea was there, but the execution was poor there, Joe.
Yeah, I think we're seeing scrappy play so far from both sides. Nothing has been knitted that we can really hold on to. But of course, we saw Green Fuel coming in more on the offensive in the first 5 minutes. Dynamos have actually contained their guard and protected their goal. And now they are doing their own thing now, Dynamos. But still, we haven't seen enterprising play from both sides. But of course, Green Fuel have had the upper hand in the past 5-7 minutes.
Oh yes, indeed. Play still a bit scrappy as the ball is played through, picked up by Dematsika, cutting through the opponent's area with Green Fuel crowding that midfield area. Another throw for the Lovell side. And this one played into touch for a Timbare throw. Gwatidzo to take it. And it's picked up by Chiunga, who gets the return pass. Ball played through. Nobody home for Dynamos. Matsika and Kasondo were too far apart. But Chiunga reclaims possession. Gwatidzo, a long one to find Kasondo. Jairus Kasondo picks it up now. Dynamos will come through. Here is Pio. Chiunga onto the near side for the captain. Keeps it in play. The first Dynamos attack, it comes all the way. Headed back, and this one is sailed out of the ground. And that will be a goal kick. Oh, the first time Dynamos threatened there, they very nearly managed to create a goal.
It was because of a long ball that was fighting from Dynamos half towards left channel, and then it was then worked out, shifting flanks up to a point where Emmanuel Jalai, the captain for Dynamos, sent in a beautiful cross. But of course, it was not well measured. Otherwise, it was aimed for Kasongo, who would have done something out of it. But at least it's encouraging on the part of Dynamos.
Yes, it is encouraging. But Meke here still has got the skill, plays a good one. Looking for support, doesn't get it. Timbare, yeah, they're closing down. Passing sometimes is not up to date. Garikai, Dematsika, and he latched onto Tinotenda Meke. This is a good looking ball. And it's taken away. Now, Mutasa. Again to the far side. Forcing Greenfield to run all the way back. And Kagudu does well to clear. That was some good vision. But Kagudu was equal to the task. Throw in to Dynamos in a goalless situation. Not the sort of crowd that we witnessed a few weeks ago. But nonetheless, the ball is played through by Rupia. Once again, Dimbare getting into very good looking positions. And Chiunga lashed onto that ball. Free kick according to referee Mapanje, who feels that the Greenfield player was impeded. So this will be a free kick from the center circle. Yeah, the Lovell side is looking very comfortable indeed. No wonder why they are above their opponents on the log. And looking at their bench, you also find that they've got quite a good number of highly experienced coaches. This is a good-looking one, but Chiunga is on hand to clear for Dimbare. Kwatidzo beaten in the air. Meke is beaten once again by Jalai. But Meke, full of running, picks up the ball, and in the end, taken away from him and played off him for a throw-in. The crowd, of course, loving every minute of it. I was talking about Greenfield having some highly experienced technical team. Chaura Mangiro is the technical director. When you talk of coaching in Zimbabwe, he's in the top 5. Godfrey Tamirepi, a former player himself, now turned coach, is the assistant. And of course, Shakama is the man in charge. Chiunga to take this free kick with Meke complaining that look, Chiunga is drawing closer and closer. Temptation Chiunga finally to take it. Dynamos have got 4 players, 5 now into the box. Let's see how this one will be taken. It's a good one indeed. Headed away on the far side. Ken Mawaza keep the ball in play. No, he can't. And it's another throw to Dynamos. I would have thought Magwaza should have actually gone for that one to produce a cross, but he gave up easily by my book.
Yeah, he did. I thought he was going to retrieve it and then reload another cross while he still had movement power in the box.
Lovely skills there being displayed by Greenfield, Polite, Moyo, Meke, getting past his marker, Dematsika Garikai. Dynamos trying to close them down, and Moyo must have taken his eye off the ball, and it's the throw-in on the near side here through Emmanuel Jalai, the Dimbare captain. Nil the scoreline, 16 minutes gone here at Trufaro Stadium. This one is headed into touch. Tasa got a knock in the face and is actually remonstrating with the ref to the fact that he should have been given a free kick. Not to be, just a throw-in.
These two teams are hard to be separated, and if you look at the head-to-head, they've played 5 games so far. This is the 6th encounter. In the 5 games, Dynamos have won twice, Greenfield have won twice. They've only had 1 draw between them.
Yes, appeals for a penalty not given by the referee Mapanje. Play on, he says. Yes, Kagudu blessing. Oh, he couldn't latch onto that one. despite his valiant effort to keep the ball in play. Dynamos throw. And that one carelessly played into touch. Possession easily given away. Now Greenfield with a throw. Taken short as they try to come through, but again the ref intervenes with Perfect Chikwende being harassed unfairly. Perfect Chikwende came to prominence while turning out for FC Platinum. Then traveled to Tanzania. It didn't quite work out. He then came back home and settled at Greenfield. Free kick in a good looking position. Chikudu. This one is headed away. Well defended by Timbare. This one taken away and played all the way back to the goalkeeper. Colin Majuru playing it forward. And it comes to Mtasa. Mtasa turns away from his marker. Majalai will clear under pressure. Ross Ngwenya playing it across the field. Dynamos now trying to play some meaningful possession. Ball is given away. Magwaza finding Chiunga. Nearly gave away possession. He's lucky it went through the opponent. And they'll have to restart the attack. Magwaza's long effort. It's aimed towards Kasondo, who is beaten in the air. Mutasa brings it to Ross Ngwenya. To Gwatizo. A chance in the box, but it's headed away by Mujuru. And this time around it comes to Meke from Chinyangatere. He falls under challenge. Referee says play on. Meke, according to the referee, went down easily. Dynamos will restart the game with a goal kick. Yafre Musab will play it short. Mandivei. Dematsika. Meke, lovely control. Meke once again full of skills. And the Jalai taking too long on the ball is taken away. Here's a good looking cross in the area. But Fremutsa was the first to arrive. Lays it downfield. Picked up by Kagudu, but then he loses possession. That's a lucky ball that goes through. A chance for Gwatizo. Free kick to Dynamos. I think with a bit of thought they could have come up with a very good looking chance there to attack, but yes. I don't know why sometimes they want to play the first time ball when it's easy to control and make a pass.
Yes, I think Abdul Gwatizo fancied his chances there to pick a shot. It was just a miscued shot, but I think within that range, I think he probably fancied his chances to say, I could pick a shot from here and trouble a goalkeeper and possibly a teammate pounce on a rebound.
A chance here, Chinyangatere robbed of the ball, but it comes to Kagudu Blessing now. Good looking cross, Jalai is not there and is taken away. He was lined up for a clearance, Emmanuel Jalai, but his height came to his disadvantage.
Yes, height coming to his disadvantage, but again, the Greenfield player who came in from the blind side, that is Harrison Masina. I would have expected him to do better with his head there. He had the connection with the ball, but he directed his header off target onto the side netting. But I think, well, Jalai missed it, but Harrison Masina should have buried it.
Pio playing a good-looking ball, and it comes again into the danger area. Rosengwenya will pick this one up for Dynamos. Here comes the cross. Nobody home. That was a close call. Really close call. Appeals for a penalty not given. Here is Pio once again fighting for possession. Gets it. Finds Mutasa, who skips past one man. Pio on the near side here. Brings in a good looking cross and a wonderful header. A defensive one from Kakudu, who does well now. Greenfield in possession. They play it backwards. This is Kagudu to Dematsika. Kagudu once again blessing. Blasting a long one. Well met there by Temptation Chikunga. Pio back to Temptation. Pio once again taking time to leave his own half. Back to Magwaza. Here's Kwatizo. Ball stays in place on the far side. Chikwende couldn't get past his mark. Jalai, look where he is. Way out of position. Chiunga has got the vision. Plays it well on the far side. It's kept in play. Oh dear. This is dangerous. The tackle comes in and wins it for Dimbare. Jalai. Dynamos now very lucky. They were lucky, Dimbare. And Meke Tinatenda doing a good job on Emmanuel Jalai. Here he comes up once again, but Chiunga has got the strength. Now Mandivei can wheel away with the ball. It's given away to Polite Moyo. And Chiunga, another loose ball. Some poor passing and a chance here. And Batizo shepherds the ball back to the goalkeeper. Looks like Mapanje, during his playing days, was a very physical player. He's allowing play to continue. Some of it, is not going down well with the supporters.
Yes, so far we've seen the referee allowing play to continue, where in some cases people would have expected maybe the whistle to be blown. But I think also maybe a good thing for the game to allow play to continue, as opposed to having stop starts in a game. But I think so far he's done well, that's referee Mapanje.
Yes, indeed, Mapanje, so far so good, with his assistants Pearson Jekonera and Pride Kusosa. Pride Kusosa checking after his old man there, Nelson Kusosa, a well-revered referee in the country. And the son has taken up the same profession.
And some trivia in this game, Stanley, is that the two teams, when they play each other, the home team usually wins between Greenfield and Dynamos. So each team wins its home game between the two teams over the years. And another factor is Greenfield has never scored versus Dynamos at Trufaro. So that could be a comforting factor, a comforting trend for Dynamos fans. Though Greenfield has never scored against Dynamos at Trufaro. But when they play in Chisumbanje, Dynamos will always fall. When they play in Harare, Chisumbanje, and in Harare, Greenfield will always fall. So let's wait and see what will happen in this particular game. Will the trend continue?
That, of course, is music to Dynamos fans. Here is Rosengwenya. And he's brought down. Free kick to Dimbare in a goalless situation. Greenfield can try to up their game here if they can take advantage of the gaps being created by their opponents. It could be a good day here at Trufaro Stadium, despite the fact that they haven't scored against Dynamos since they came into the Premiership. Long ball in the area, cleared away by Nyengetere. Here is Mandiwe. Playing it wide on the far side. Kwatizo with his left foot into the area, and Kasondo is a beaten man. Dafremutsa to Mandiwe. Lays it through from Tassa. Tassa goes through, finding support. The return pass is good, but that one is a bit high. Can he keep the ball in play? He does. The cross doesn't come through, and it's blocked. That was Kadonzo, who should have done a lot better. At least he had a clear view of the opponent coming.
I think it took forever. He took forever from receiving the ball and actually sending in a delivery. He allowed a Chisumbaje player, a Greenfield player, to come in and recover. We see some concerns from the Greenfield bench there. Rupia, of course, he went out injured. He's still receiving medical attention, maybe waiting for a signal to come back onto the field of play.
Yes, indeed, Rupia keeping very busy, and the goalkeeper Tatenda Chikoero couldn't keep the ball in play. Another corner kick to Dynamos. Rupia still appealing for reintroduction. He is finally allowed in. And the team from Chitumbanje is already warming up a player. It could be injury-inspired substitution. It's a bit early to do that. Let's see how this corner will come. It's taken inside the area, into the side netting. Dynamos beginning to ask questions. Magwaza could easily have come up with a goal on the far side, but I'm sure he saw the ball very late. And in the end, it nestled into the side netting. 0-0 the scoreline. Here, 27 minutes played in the first 45 minutes. Here's Kagodu now, who plays a long ball forward. Mandivei ducks to allow his goalkeeper Tafremuta to pick it up. Tafremuta will roll it short for Magwaza. Turns away from his marker. And Dynamos now with Kasondo chasing. But Chikohero will collect. And in the Vietnam end, there is a loud noise coming in from the Dynamos fans. They have become very passionate these days because they would like their team to survive relegation. Jalai in the center, tightly monitored there by Meke. Ball is played back to Magwaza. And it falls kindly for Dematsika, tightly monitored from behind. And Ross Ngwenya fouls the Green Fuel midfielder. And that will be a free kick to the boys in white. Boys Denaro.
And the two teams are bringing in very similar form in the last 5 games. Both teams clearly are bringing in 2 wins. Two wins, 1 draw and 2 losses. They are always photocopying each other in the last 5 games. So one team will need to go out better today and possibly find a way out of the relegation zone.
Definitely, they have to find a way out of the relegation zone as the free kick is taken straight to Chikohero. The Green Fuel goalminder clips another long one indeed. That one bounces once straight back to Tafremuta.
We've always questioned this kind of football, Stanley, to say a goalkeeper will launch a long ball forward which ends up with the opposite goalkeeper without your teammates having to play it. Is it fruitful? Is it helpful? You wonder. The long speculative ball, to whom it may concern, God knows what will happen up front. Definitely,
it doesn't help much. As Chiunga picks up possession, Jalai will guide it all the way back to his goalkeeper. With Boys Denaro pressing high up the field. Kagodu had no option but to play the ball into touch. And Kadonzo leaves it for Kwatidzo, who throws it short. Kwatidzo again. And Ngwenya fights for possession, gets it. Poorly done, it's guided backwards. And it's a free kick to Dimbare. Ross Ngwenya there, I think, was impeded. And the referee Mapanja was not happy with the tackle, so that will be a Dimbare free kick. Chiunga and Watizo are preparing to discuss this one. It looks like Chiunga is the favored player to take it. Brings it into the box. And this one flicked over for a corner. Chikohero had come out trying to save, but the defenders were on guard. Colin Masuku, let's take a second look at it. And this one headed over the bar But another Dynamos corner. Yes, Guatizo from range. Brings in a good looking cross, and this one lacked power. And Chikoero collected easily.
Yes, because Jaros Kasondo was actually tracking back, stepping backwards, as opposed to meeting the ball, because it had to do with the flight of the ball. It was too high, so he had to somehow step back, and in the process your header gets cushioned. It's not really a hard header, unlike when you meet the ball, when you miss the full force of the ball, you actually get a more powerful header out of it.
Oh yes indeed, and a wonderful shot. What a save from the goalkeeper. Brilliant effort, brilliant save from Tafremutsa. Rupia produced a low shot to the foot of the post. Dynamos are still talking about the save. Their goalkeeper, well, they've been given the second bite of the cherry. Their goalminder is still feeling the pain of saving that effort from young Colin Rupia. It's Clive Junior Rupia. Now the corner kick will come.
It was taken from
that was a well taken effort, and the goalkeeper did extremely well. Here comes the corner now. Kagudu with it. The header doesn't go very far. Meke will pick it up, and it comes back once again, and this one trickles out for another corner. Boys Denaro are turning on the screw. 33 minutes played. 0-0 is still the scoreline. And Kagudu will do the set piece duties from the far side. Let's see how he takes this one. Inside the area, again Dimbare clear. That will be a throw in. Good header from the captain, Emmanuel Jalai.
Emmanuel Jalai is probably one of the underrated players in our league. He is as small as he is, but you can see even his type of play is very influential in a game, and he also has leadership qualities. I think he's one of the fine talents that we're enjoying in our generation.
That is Godfrey Tamirepi. To those who lived in years gone by, he was a wonderful player. Now Magwaza to take this one. Let's see how far he will take it. Into the center circle. Pio loses possession. He's impeded. Free kick.
You don't kick the ball after the whistle. I think he's lucky to survive that one. I don't know whether the referee saw it or he just gave it a blind eye, but otherwise it's one of those risky moves that you make as a player.
Yes, indeed, it smacks of indiscipline. He's lucky that the referee didn't take that seriously. Here is Meke. This is danger for Dimbare. Mandive in attendance. In comes Jalai, and he's hauled down here. Meke has been a thorn in the flesh to Dynamos. Tinatenda Meke there is showing the match official that he's being treated unfairly by the Dynamos defenders. And Polite Moyo being summoned by the referee there. Let's see what he intends to do. I think being the captain, he has the right to speak to the referee, unless if he came up with foul language against match official. But Mapanje is trying his best to control the game here as we take a look at again. Meke. Oh, he was swept off his feet by Jalai. Yeah, he's certainly proving to be a thorn in the flesh there. Tafre Muta. We'll have to watch him very closely.
Looks
like Mandive picking up a yellow card, complicating his life. You're virtually walking on thin ice when you do that. Free kick will come. This is Colin Majuru. Still stands on it. Dynamos with players in there. Kagudu, I think, is their specialist set piece taker. It was well taken. Unfortunately, it had too much elevation. Otherwise, it would have bothered the Dynamos goalkeeper.
We could see what he was trying to do, to pick up the top right corner on the far post, but the execution was just not right. But you could see the idea was right. So just the technique.
Now Dynamos have got a lucky bounce here. Mutasa feels the bite. Kadonzo, and it's well defended there by Polite Moyo, the Green Fuel captain. Confirmation of the yellow card. Gumisai Mandivei. Yellow carded by the match referee Mapanje Lloyd. Ball played on the far side as Boys Denaro are inching forward, trying to get a result here. This header doesn't go very far. Chinyengetere loses possession. Kadonzo now deep in midfield. Jalai picks this one up, and Kadonzo was felled. So that will be another free kick. Harrison Masina.
An update from another center, Stanley. In Bigita Minerals, Highlanders have taken a lead through Olua Rotimi in the 11th minute. So Highlanders are leading Bigita Minerals out in Masvingo, in the Masvingo province by 1-0. Highlanders in the lead.
Yes, indeed. The Highlanders, of course, could easily be sucked into relegation battle if they don't start picking up points. Majuru playing this one backwards. And a chance now for Makwaza to clear into the center. Dematsika should find this one. Now looking for Urupea Clive, the one who tested Tafremutsa with a good rasping effort. Urupea once again playing this one through, and Makwaza allows it over the byline for a goal kick, which is quickly taken. Now Chiunga, the Dynamo's defensive linkman, to Mandivei, who picked up a yellow card a short while ago. Now Chinyengetere dictating the pace of the game from the midfield. Another good clearance, and Mtasa misses. Dematsika takes full advantage. Rupia finds Kakudu, and Kakudu gives it away cheaply. There's been some cheap concession of possession, and Dematsika gets the benefit of doubt in the 40th minute. Free kick from the center circle. There was a bit of pushing there, and the ref feels that Dematsika was being treated unfairly. Sinema now to take it. Clips it on the far side. Good fight for the ball by Dematsika. This is good looking, and Chinyengetere a bit too slow. And it's taken by Tafiremutsa, who plays it long downfield. A back header. This could create problems now for Green Fuels, but Polite Moyo was on guard and handed it back to his goalminder. 4 minutes to the Oranges. Chinemo will pick this one up. Clears the danger. Watizo ducked and has lost possession. And it looks like Chikwende, who went down. And I just hope that it's nothing serious. So it's Hasmon Masina, Harrison rather Masina, who turned his man Guatizo brought him down. He's also lucky that he's not being yellow carded. That was careless.
Yeah, because it was a late tackle and it was on the heel. He must have hurt because he's still down, being helped to his feet.
And this man has kept Dynamos in the game here, saving from Clive Rupia. Shot that was aimed at the foot of the post. And he did very well to keep it out. Meanwhile, Harrison Masina is receiving treatment. Let's see how they will take this one. Green Fuel. It's a golden opportunity to take the lead before half-time. Find away once again by the Dynamos goalkeeper. We have certainly emerged as a very key player in Dynamos' fight to avoid relegation. Green Fuel restarting the formula with their goal minder Chikoero. That one is played long, straight back to Tafiremutsa, who finds support from Chiunga. Chiunga is so casual, and it's taken away by Chinyengetere. And Mandive was on guards. Kadonzo now is trying to get around his opponent but fails. Rosngwenya. It's been a subdued game this afternoon for Ngwenya. A loose pass going out of play. And Jalai, the captain, was not happy.
I think you have to blame the surface in that case. I mean, the intention was good. You could actually see what they were trying to do. But I think the awkward bounce fooled Jalai and he couldn't put the ball under his spell. Yeah, look at the surface. It's not really the best of surfaces that we can get. And I think it's one of our cries in the local game that this stadium has actually been overused. It's well trodden on almost on a daily basis. So it's very unfortunate Dynamos there having their move killed by the playing surface.
Oh yes indeed. Lovely skills by Chipendo on the far side. He can be a difficult customer, but I think he has overdone it. Dynamos with Guatizo can clear. Again back to Kagudu. Chikwende once again into the center. Nyengetere raising the ball. I think nearly killing the effort. And that shot goes over the bar. No problems there for the goalkeeper Tafiremutsa, but surely Chikwende could have done a lot better by keeping the ball on the ground. The veteran midfielder Dematsika once again standing firm. Meke has got the skills, controls it well. Jalai certainly has been having a torrid time in keeping this youngster under reps. The cross comes in. It's taken away by Tafiremutsa, who is always looking for Kasondo. Lovely control there by Reginald Chinemo. For a defender, that is smart.
That's the modern day defender, where you expect your defender to just be comfortable on the ball. You are not just there to avoid danger, but you can actually play the ball, you can manipulate the ball and command it to do what you want as a defender. It's commendable.
Commendable indeed, as we see there, Chris Romario and company running up and down, trying to ramp up support for Dimbare. Offside flag is up. That will be free kick to Dimbare. Just a minute to play in the first 45 minutes. Now this will be Magwaza to take it. The searching ball. Nobody home. Dimbare get it. Mutasa. Now to Pio. Back to Magwaza, who tries to bring in a first-time cross, fails. There he is once again fighting for the ball. He wins it all the way to Telmo Pio. Kasondo is waiting for a miss. And the referee has blown. I think there was a handball there. Very close to the penalty box. It would have been a deadly error to handle in the box because it means a penalty, but this one is a free kick. And the referee indicating to the players that you played to the whistle. That minute, according to me, was played. Yeah, that handling was right on the line. And referee adjudging that it was still outside, and part of the crowd here at Rufaro Stadium enjoying the match.
Everyone and anyone is welcome to watch the beautiful game.
Yes, indeed, as Mutasa prepares to play this one into the box for Dimbare. Can they find a winner? They can't. Cleared away by Chinyamo, and referee Mapanje blows to end the first 45 minutes. Not a very exciting one from a neutral's point of view, but both sides didn't want to concede and they seem to have succeeded. Your take on the first 45, John?
Yes, not an exciting game as it were. Maybe a game of tensions because the two teams are trying to avoid making mistakes. But out of this game, Dynamos will be more desperate to win the points compared to Greenfield, because Greenfield are 5 points above Dynamos. Dynamos will want to narrow that points gap because Greenfield have no pressure in this game. They will be actually happy with a draw because the relegation fight in this context is don't lose to a team that is below you. So Dynamos are more desperate to get the 3 points and possibly cut it to 2 points, the gap between themselves and the Greenfield. But otherwise, for a neutral, it's not a game that is good to the eye. Both teams are very cautious. Maybe a tactical game that we're witnessing, but Dynamos would be more desperate to get all the 3 points. Greenfield will be happy to go away with a point.
Oh yes, indeed, of course, they are playing on the road, and taking a point on the road is not bad going at all. And of course, that tells the story of the first 45 minutes. Let's cross now to Charles and his team for halftime analysis.
Well, thanks so much there from the guys in the commentary box. Staunch Liverpool supporters, Stanley Katsande and Joseph Nkani, DJ and Jose. Well, in case you're wondering why I'm talking about the England-based action, well, I can tell you that yesterday, Middlesbrough won by 1-0. Yes, we're now second in the English Championship. Well, just 3 games played, but beating Norwich City yesterday by 1-0. But, well, I did tell you, Sparrow, Spencer Nyamadzao, who is here with me, he's a staunch Manchester United supporter. But just talking about the first 45 minutes at Rufaro Stadium, nothing really, eh? From both sides, although Boys Zenaro had, I think, more of the lion's share of possession. They started off very well with their number 27, Tino Tenda Meke. Yes, remember, he was with the Zimbabwe Warriors side for the COSAFA excursion that time around. He had a good outing there, and he's having a good game. And for Dimbare, once again, the most outstanding player is goalkeeper Prince Tafire Mutsa, who has been one of the finest, if not the finest keeper in the country at the moment. Never mind that Dynamos are bottom, but this guy here has been keeping Dynamos in games. But we'll have to wait and find out what happens in the second half. Sparrow, Spencer Nyamadzao, is still here, sitting alongside me. Sparrow, nothing much to write home about, hey, the first 45 minutes.
Well, it's a cagey affair. I mean, first 45 minutes, I think Greenfield having the better hand. I think having played well in the first 10-15 minutes, it was all Greenfield taking Dynamos on. And I think for Dynamos, Guatizo has done well to keep Perfect Chikwenda on the right in check. If you come on the left flank, I think Meki has caused a lot of problems to Emmanuel Jalai, because of Jalai is going up front, trying to also create chances, but he's tracking back, not of the best today because he's overworking himself, going up front and coming back. So Meki has taken advantage of that, and on that flank, Meki has been outstanding. Then Dematsika, he has been doing well for Greenfield in the middle of the park. I think he's managing to win all the balls, getting Rodwell Chinyengete in the game so that they can create chances. For Dynamos, I think Kadonzo hasn't been in the game. I think it's one flank that has gone quiet. In the first half, we did see Mutasa and Payo working well in the middle of the park, combining well with Jalai, trying to look for those crosses. Unfortunately, they're not coming through. But for Dynamos, they need to keep getting those crosses and get more chance, create more chances up front.
Right, I can tell you that we've got news for you from the other two centers. Remember, at Gibo Stadium, the Lithium Boys, Bikita Minerals, are playing host to Iboso Highlanders. And I can tell you that Highlanders have taken the lead in the first half from the penalty spot with their new signing from Gwanda Pirates in the lower division is Nigerian-born striker Benjamin Odegun, scoring from the penalty spot. So Highlanders lead there by 1-0. And at Sakuva Stadium, where the Gem Boys, Manica Diamonds, are hosting the Panthers Moors, it's still goalless. There was a late kickoff there. They're still playing right now. I think it's about 3 minutes to go to halftime. So that's the story there. But at the top, it's anybody's game. It could be a photo finish because Simba Bora are on 53 and Scotland are on 52. And I mean, the team in third position, Gezi Platinum, 10 points adrift of Simba Bora. So it just shows you the way we are going with just 8 games to go. It looks like it could be a toss-up between Simba Bora and Green Fuel. So, Sparrow, does this mean that maybe the introduction of Denver Mukamba is imminent for Dimbare?
I think it's imminent. Maybe after about 10 minutes or so in the second half, we should see Denver coming in. I think he brings in a lot of flair for Dynamos. I think he's a very skillful, talented player. And when he gets in, he gives confidence to the other players. And I think Calvin Kaindo will give him a run in the second half. And they need a Denver Mukamba for them to try and turn the fortunes, try and win this a must-winning game for Dynamos. I mean, if they don't win this game, the next game is against Scotland. So it's going to be more difficult. They need to win today's game at all costs if they have entertaining any chance of surviving.
Yes, the next outing for Dimbare, you wouldn't want, if you're a Dynamo supporter, you wouldn't want to face this team now, would you? I mean, your team faces Mavira Vira. As we take a look at the highlights, as Green Fuel, where the more dominant side here as Prince Tafire Mutsa was definitely the entire 45 minutes the busier of the two goalkeepers, with Tino Tendameke giving one or two problems to Kapopi Emmanuel Jalai.
Yes, as we see the highlights, I mean, Green Fuel always on the front foot attacking Dynamos. At that time, Guatizo did well.
Yeah, he did. He did well, the Guatizo. Doing very well on the right flank, like you said, on his left flank, on Perfect Chikwende's right flank. And Dynamos are really not catching a look in. Kasondo probably coming with the first chance, but it's really the grip in midfield that has been taken by this guy here. Tino Tendameke and Rodro Chinyengetere, which is really stuffing everything out for Dynamo. So this is why perhaps I asked you, Sparrow, whether it's imminent now that the man they call Mundi Kumbuke comes in to try and weave his magic individually.
Definitely, he needs to come in and try and weave his magic individual players. We've seen a cross coming in there and the goalkeeper doing well to punch that on there. I think Greenfield are always putting pressure Dynamos in the first half. I mean, like you correctly put across, for KK, he needs to get in Denver Mukamba and also take off the pressure away from the midfielders. I mean, once Denver comes in, it forces also Greenfield to sit back, and because Denver likes to go forward. So they need a Denver Mukamba to take the team forward. I mean, they've been struggling. Kadonzo hasn't really been at his best. I haven't seen him run on the flank, even get the crosses. He hasn't been doing that. And I think they need to try and make a couple of changes to try and take the team forward.
Oh, definitely. Yes, he might not be the Denver Mukamba of 2011 and 2012 when he became Soccer Star of the Year in 2012. Yes, might not be the same. That time he was just awesome. But you can still get those flashes of brilliance. He is now 30 plus old. You can still see the flashes of brilliance, and he does have that effect. So we don't know whether KK, Kelvin Kaindo, is thinking about that, or maybe he will think about that a little bit later on. But top marks to Rodolphe Lakama, who's with his assistant Godfrey Tamiripi there for really fighting, and they've been the more dominant side. But well, the Dimbare fans here, I think that they've got the day. I was talking to one staunch Dimbare fan yesterday in Mbare. His name is Dennis Mangwaira. In Mbare they call him Denso, and he was saying, CNN, legendary. There's no way that we will get relegated. That's what Dennis Mangwaira told me yesterday. Well, we don't know. We'll have to wait until the second half to see what comes across. But right now, it has been Tino Tenda Meke who has been calling the shots for Green Fuel, and they need to stuff him out of midfield if they can. And looking on the bench, besides Denver Mukamba, there aren't many. They've got that little striker, Enacio Perezo. You've heard that name before, especially if you're a Dynamo supporter. He is the son of former Dynamo's little striker as well. We used to call him Dynamite. Nowadays we call Richard Hachiro Dynamite, both small in stature. And Enacio Perezo was a prolific striker. His son, just as little as him, he is also turning out to be one such prolific striker. He scored, remember the last time out when Dynamos we're almost staring out of the Chibuku Super Cup. Denver Mukamba created the goal, and Enacio Perezo made it 1-1. And as they say, the rest is history. You know what Justice Majavi will always tell you. Oh, by the way, he's actually at Rufaro Stadium watching. The Chief Justice, he says, if you don't beat us in 90 minutes per cup, you are gone. But anyway, Sparrow. Now, like you rightfully said, Green Fuel, if a draw, Joseph Nkani did say it as well from the commentary box, a draw is okay for them. It's fine for them. But a draw is not good for Dimbare.
A draw is not good for Dimbare. I mean, once the draw, it's 2 points dropped, and at home you need to pick up the 3 points. The position they are in, they cannot afford to be dropping points. They need to be collecting all the maximum points. Looking on the bench, I think Enacio Perezo can also come in and maybe try and have a few runs up front. He's a speedy striker. Mm-hmm. He can try and come in and have a few runs. But I don't have, in terms of depth, Dynamos, they don't have depth. Someone that can really come and turn on the magic. I mean, yes, Denver is there, but they need a couple of more players. Mm-hmm. And they've started the key players, the likes of Kadonzo, Mtasa, who have not really ignited this encounter. Mm-hmm. So I think KK needs to really have a tough chat with the players that are on field right now to say, guys, you got to pull up your socks. Any points dropped, it's the chance of surviving are just slipping away by the day. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know the Dynamos faithfuls are out there thinking they'll survive, but this is not an easy feat, and the way they are in, this is really dangerous, and they really need to really be at their best if they're to survive.
That's right. 4 teams will get relegated at the end of the season. 4. And right now, if relegation were to happen, it would be Kwekwe, Dynamos, Manica Diamonds, and Green Fuel. If relegation was today. But it's not today. We've got 8 more matches to come, and Dynamos currently on Mission Impossible 3. So far, they have not impressed in the first half. Green Fuel have been more dominant, and Prince Tafire Mutsa has been once again the hero for Dimbare. Right, let's find out what happens in the second half as we rejoin DJ Stanley Katsande sitting alongside Joseph Nkani. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90.
Welcome back to the second half here at Rufaro Stadium. The first half was 0-0, and the second half will start. Would like to see who gets the 3 points this afternoon. or are they going to play out another draw? Of course, it's even Stevens. When you look into history between these two teams, nobody has got an edge over the other. And Dynamos have already made a substitution. Out goes Valentine Kadonzo, in comes Keith Madeira. That's the only change so far. Now Dibare playing from right to left, and Green Fuel in white playing from left to right. They are defending the City end and attacking the Mbare end, while Dynamos are defending that old home of Mbare. That's where their nickname comes from, because most of their players in the past were drawn from the suburb of Mbare, and they had such wonderful players that were so gifted. Yezim Tasa and Jalai. Well, it's Madeira who came on. Polite Moyo is injured. Referee allowing play to go on, and Madeira, the first thing that he has done.
That's Gwekwere. That was Ivas Gwekwere, the legendary Dynamos player, sitting out in the terraces there. And I don't know whether he's enjoying the proceedings, because his former team is desperate for all 3 points. Look at that injury there.
That's the injury and confirmation of the scoreline as well. Polite Moyo, the steady left back, is now limping off the field of play. We hope that he'll be able to come back. Yeah, he was cluttered into by Kit Madeira with his first contribution of the game here. Now Kasondo will be asked to move away so that the game starts with a drop ball here. Chinemo with a long effort away from danger. Dynamos being put under pressure. Chiunga has won it. Now Ross Ngwenya, Tasa with the lucky bounce. Now the ball is bobbling. It's so difficult to control it. Chiunga to his captain Jalai. And this one runs loose. I'm sure Mandive will be the first to arrive, but the ref has blown to give Telmo Pio the free kick. But of course, Chinemo, it's Colin Majuru is claiming that he got the ball. The ref thinks that in getting that ball, he went through his opponent. Now Chiunga in a very good looking position for Dibare. The right foot killer into the box could create problems for Boys Denaro. And the Dynamos fans are in full voice in the Vietnam stand. Chiunga is the trusted man. Now ready to dispatch the kick. Here it comes into the area, nobody home. Still bubbling in the area. He's there! Kasondo breaks the deadlock here. Dynamos leading by 1-0. That was a mighty jump by the Dynamo striker to nod it home, Joe.
Yeah, a mighty jump, and a very decisive one for that matter. I think we need to give credit to the ball that was flighted into the box. A beautiful cross from Temptation Chungwa that was sent in on the far post, which was a good delivery on its own. And then when the ball was flighted back onto the center, the goalkeeper could not deal with it. That is Tatenda Chikwero from Green Fuel. He had problems dealing with that ball, and as it bobbled around, no one else besides Jairus Kasondo coming into pounds and heading onto an empty net.
Yes, Kasondo giving Dynamos the lead. They badly needed this lead here. And now Green Fuel with some work to do. Meke is caught offside. That will be a free kick. So it's Dynamos 1, Greenfield nil as Chinyangatere is picking up a yellow card. He's not happy about something, but then you never win an argument with the referee. He's a veteran who should know all about this. Here's the long ball forward from Mandive. This one is taken away and Jalai cannot keep the ball in play.
If it stays like this, Stanley, it will be in addition to Dynamo's good home record. Was coming into this game, the home form for Dynamos was actually 14th best placed team in as far as winning home matches is concerned. This will be their fourth win at home for Dynamos. They've had more draws at home than wins.
Yes, indeed, because they went through a period whereby they were failing to score and just managing to keep a clean sheet, and that was enough to pick up points, which is not proving to be good enough this afternoon. 3 points if it ends like this, but Greenfield are in a comfortable position. Free kick as we look at the goalkeeper.
Oh, he slipped.
He slipped.
Unfortunately, yes.
The goals were smiling on Dynamos.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper slipped. Look at it.
On the surface.
As he goes back.
He's backpedaling and then
he's backpedaling, and Kasondo was left with the easy task of placing the ball in the back of the net.
Very unfortunate Tenda Shkowero, though you can't blame him.
Yes.
He was trying to save his team, but his efforts were not rewarded, and the surface did not do him any favors.
Yes, indeed, the surface, of course, is playing havoc with the plans of our players, and the ball goes out of play. Clive Rupia went down, and the free kick, the throw in, I think.
The last time we heard from Bikita, it was 1-0, but Highlanders are now leading by 2-0 through a goal that was scored by Reason Spanda in the 45+2 minutes.
Yes, Highlanders breathing comfortably. They're playing big minerals here. Greenfield against Dynamos. It's Dimbare 1, Greenfield nil. Boys Denaro will have to up their game here. This man must be happy inside, because he knows that it's not over until the Fed Lady sings. Here's a clearance by Dynamos into touch for a throw-in to Greenfield. Kagudu prepares to take it. Blessing Kagudu with a throw. Long one. It's cleared away, but not quite. Still danger looming for Dynamos. Sliding tackle wins it, Jalai. The player stays down. And Meke is closely monitored by Emmanuel Jalai, who must be sick and tired of this youngster here, who's been giving him lots of problems with his skills.
Yeah. Tino Meke, is causing all kinds of problems for Captain Jalai.
Yeah, but he got the ball.
Yeah, in that case he got the ball, yes.
He got the ball.
Yeah. But generally, Tino Meke has been giving Captain Jalai some anxious moments.
Here's a good-looking kick, pinged away by the Dynamos goalminder. And here comes back to Meke. Of course, the goalkeeper will take it. That's Tafremuta, who now rolls it forward for Batizo. Lots of space in front of the hard-running Dynamos contingent, led by Rosengwenya. Finally, out of play for a Dynamos throw. To be taken from this near side here, Batizo to do the honors.
If Dynamos maintain things as they are, it will be their third league win in a row.
Chance once again, and that surely should be a penalty. Oh, the goals are smiling on Dimbare. That was a clear handball. And the Dynamo fans have erupted. Boys Denaro are now questioning the referee as we take a look at the incident. Of course, the hand was outstretched.
And even the distance, because there's also the distance factor that is considered when a handball situation arises. There could be contact with the ball, but the distance could be short. I think in that context, the distance was long enough for the defender to have time to touch in his arm. Look at the distance from Jalai. They're sending the ball.
Surely they don't have an excuse.
Yes, I know. I think it's a legitimate penalty.
Yeah, indeed. And Clive Rupia out of your picture. He's being pulled off, and in comes jersey number 77. That is Kudzai Chris Ngwende. Chris Ngwende comes on. Rupia calls it a day. Rodwell Jagama reinforcing the strike force, trying to get something out of this game here. There's a chance that it could be 2-0 if Dynamos managed to put this away. Confirmation of the substitution. When there is the player coming on.
Temptation Chiunga given the honours to take the penalty kick.
Chiunga to take it, yes. Well, he scored the last time it happened against Moors. The Dynamos fans are pensive. Can Chiunga put this one away and give a bit of daylight between Dynamos and the Green Fuel? And is there! Chiunga plants the ball down the middle to give Dynamos a 2-0 advantage. And the celebration, this is something new. It's out of your picture, and the goalkeeper, of course, Chikoero, very unfortunate. He slipped at the crucial moment. Then Dynamos fans enjoying themselves, being joined by the team here. It's been a long time since they experienced a day like this. Kelvin Kayindu back on his seat, and he looks very calm, but I can tell you inside he's doing some flips and somersaults.
And there were questions asked when he took over the job at Dynamos to say, are you serious taking over this job at a sinking ship? And he said, I've got faith and I've got belief that I can take this ship around. And indeed, true to his word, three games in a row, Dynamos has been winning.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see as we take a look at the goal once again by Chiunga. The first one by Kasondo, where the goalkeeper slipped. Chiunga has won this one. Pio will be fighting for this ball here. A chance for Green Fuels. Blocked. And Dimbare failing to move out of danger. That was Kid Madeira taking too long on the ball. Meke tormenting the Dimbare outfit. And Meke brings down Jalai, who stayed down, and the kick has come over the bar. Yeah, if there's anyone who gives Emmanuel Jalai lots of anxious moments, it's that young man there, just number 27. He's been turning him inside out. Tinotenda Meke. But to those joining us, we're close to an hour of play. Dynamos leading here by 2-0. The first goal scored by Jairus Kasondo, and then Temptation Chiunga from the penalty spot.
And Emmanuel Jalai and Tino Meke are no strangers. They've also been together in the Zimbabwe national team camp, so they know each other very well. And Jalai will be telling him, yes, you can harass me on the field of play, but what matters most is what the scoreboard is reading. And right now it's reading 2-0 in favor of Dynamos.
Yes, indeed. As Jalai picks up possession, slips it through the ground. And this one, Madeira loses possession. It comes back once again. Magwaza plays it out into touch. Throwing to Green Fuel. Good turn by Wende, who comes through, nobody home. when they're full of running. Still fresh, of course. He's got all the energy and the breath to do it. Oh, that's Tekshua Chiragui and his boss, Michael Nis. They are already at work in terms of the national team, Joe.
Yes, indeed. They are on assignment, national assignment. Yesterday, Tekshua Chiragui playing against Yada 2 days ago. And today, he's on national duty, scouting players. Because I'm sure they have the World Cup qualifiers in mind, as well as AFCON in Morocco coming in December.
Here's another long ball forward. Kit Madeira running for it. Just keeps the ball in play. Brings in a low cross which is headed away. Pio chests it down. And it comes to Chiunga. Back again to Ross Ngwenya. Dimbare with some first touch, one-touch football. Magwaza laying it forward, nobody home. And it goes all the way to Chikoero.
That was a lovely piece of play from Dynamos.
Yes,
it's also got the fans engaged. Though they exchanged neat passes, they were finding each other, and then the fans also came in and enjoyed that piece of play.
Yes, indeed they did. Jalai to contend once again. Here is Ross Ngwenya deciding to restart. Mandife picks up possession and taken away by Dematsika. Garikai. Wende Chris. Another one who loves going across the field, dribbling opponents in order to create space. Dematsika to the near side. Here they come now with Reginald. It comes back to Chikwende. This is Kakudu. And it goes out of play. Poor cross from Kakudu. A usually very reliable player when he goes forward. But this one will be picked up by the goalkeeper. That's one of ours, Justice Majavi. There is Desmond Maringwa, Petro Calcio, Mr. Musa, former manager of the Zimbabwe national team. Going quickly taken by Kagudu. Why the Vietnam end is making noise.
I think they're looking at the Dynamos substitutes who are doing their warm-up. And I'm sure if one Demba Mkamba were to come in onto the field this moment in time, the roof will be blown off Rufaro Stadium.
Oh yes indeed. If only he could get some capable partners. He's a very useful player. And Dimbare are now fighting for every loose ball, keeping Wende under tight reps. Ball picked up by Tino Tendamek, a good-looking cross, straight to the goalkeeper who takes it away. Davire Muta throws it on the near side for Gwatizo. Gwatizo all the way to Kasondo. It bobbled off his hand. The referee says play on. And I think he didn't see it. Kasondo. It's a good ball, that one to Mtasa. And there is Heck down by Dematsika. Very guy Dematsika committing a foul in a dangerous position for his team. Because if Dimbare can get a third goal, I find it very difficult to see Green Fuel. That was a crude tackle from behind. Sweeping him off his feet.
Another match that is being played involving a team fighting relegation is happening in Manicaland. Manica Diamond, that is hosting Moors, is still goalless. And what is happening here in Harare might not be good news for Manica Diamond because they are part of the relegation struggle. They would rather maintain the status quo. But in this case, Dynamos are clawing their way up, hopefully. Although they won't change positions today, but they would have reduced the deficit.
Yes, and Chiunga this time failing to play the ball on target, as it goes out for a goal kick. Chikoero to take it. The situation is 2-0. out of your picture. Dynamos are preparing to make some changes. A triple substitution in the offing. Here it comes now. That was a good ball picked up by Chikwende. Tightly monitored. They know all about him. And the PO has done well. Finally cleared away by the Dynamos captain. Kasondo flicks it over. Just to relieve pressure. He was all up by himself. I think he needs to be taught how to hold up play. Dematsika for Greenfield. This one is headed away. Chiunga picked up by Kasondo. Does well to play it to the near side, and now Kasondo is the subject of some rough treatment. Colin Majuru taking time to respond to the referee's calls. He's being told that if this continues, you might go out, but in the meantime, Kasondo down is down, but Dynamos are making changes.
Temptation Chungwa is being pulled out. Yeah.
Sure, Kelvin Kaindu. Yes, another change is that of Wisdom Mutasa. It's been called to the bench. Just number 4.
It's being replaced by Inacio Pereso.
Inacio Pereso comes on. Inacio Junior Pereso. And the crowd favorite, Denver Mundikumbuke Mkamba, is set to come on.
Just wait for the decibels to go up.
Yes, indeed. And Mtasa not amused that he's being called to the bench. But of course he's done a decent job this afternoon, coming up with some passes and holding up play for others. And Temptation Chiunga calls it a day. Telmo Pio and Peresu has come on. Now Denver Mkamba is in, according to Kelvin Kaindu. I think he's just trying to freshen up the guys, because there'll be a lot of running in terms of defense.
Greenfield have also done their substitutions. They've taken out Rodro Chingetere and they've replaced him with a nice one Takawira.
Yes,
a midfielder. Nice one Takawira is a midfielder.
Yeah, they still want to make sure that they control the midfield exchanges. Kimbare picking this one up now with one of the players in there. Kamba! In the box, he goes down. Referee says play on. That's correct. And finally scrambled away. Oh my goodness. I was thinking to myself, if he had managed to get it, he couldn't sort his feet out. Very nearly. Got the ball rolling. And Rosiguenya penalized for a foul on Chikwende. It's quickly taken. Meke once again. And this is Mkamba trying to get past his opponent, but he left the ball behind. And then Ngwende went down. Why on earth did the referee give them a free kick?
Yeah, I think he spotted some infringement there.
Well, this is another incident, because play continued while we were watching that replay. That's the scoreline. Dynamos 2, Greenfields 0. And the ref once again telling the players to play it according to the whistle. And he's pulling back the Dynamos wall. They stipulated 10 yards. Let's see how they take it. Greenfield poised the narrow with an opportunity of launching an attack into the box. Here they come once again. That one just wide of the post. That was well struck. A grass mower.
Yes.
So we used to say.
Yes, it is. We used to call it a grass mower because it will just find its way, even having minimum contact with the ground, but trouble a number of goalkeepers. But I think it was a good free kick routine that was taken there by Greenfield. They laid it aside and then a shot was pegged. And some fans there will be enjoying themselves if they are of the Dynamos persuasion.
Well, given the way that they are smiling, definitely they are on the right side of this scoreline. Comes again, Timbare. This one is lost. Picked up in the middle of the park, given away quickly by Chingwara. Kid Madera giving chase, and they cannot take it away from Meke. And Magwaza has been impressive all afternoon. Throw in to Boys Denaro. 20 minutes to the 90. 2-0. Timbare lead. Here they come once more. It's Chinemo, ball played backwards. Having to retreat. Given away possession. Ross Gwenya doesn't do a good job. Finally, Timbare now having to defend once again. Dematsika to Polite Moyo. Meke. Wende. Dematsika slips it through into the center, but it's being played backwards. Greenfield are certainly enjoying a lot of possession now. Wende Chris. Here they come once again, but Magwaza is on guard. Kasondo is all by himself. That will be a free kick. He's doing a good job as a center striker.
I think that's one good element in Kasondo's game. He is one player who harasses defenders. Even if we give him the ball to his feet, he knows how to protect the ball, and he knows how to look at that caption there. Say Captain Jalai for Balando. What a statement from the fans. I'm sure we can extend a vote to FIFA and submit our Jalai's name. Yeah. But look at Kasondo there, the way he received the ball, and he tried to create his own space, and then of course he was choked as he went for the same ball. But he's one player that we're talking about to say he's very comfortable with the ball. I also like his runs. When he runs into pockets of space, he's quite good with that. He's got an eye for opportunities and he creates space for himself.
Let's see how this one will be taken. And it goes into the center. The clearance is not very good. The shot by Kasondo! Timbare with an opportunity. Mukamba lays it back. He goes down under challenge. You've got to be a man in this game here. Wenda will pick it up. Lays it in field. And Dynamos fighting for every loose ball here. They pick it up now. Kamba cannot get past his marker. Throw in to Timbare. Yeah, opportunities are beginning to come for Dynamos. They're playing with confidence as Gwatidzo takes the throw. This one rolls into touch. Another Timbare throw. That's your picture. Just to your right. Denver Mkamba going down, I'm sure. But he's up and about now. The Timbare fans would have been very sad with an injury to their star player. Here they are once again. It comes into the box. Chance, but Mkamba is down. Yamatsika is cutting his way through. And he gets a free kick.
As things stand now, Dynamos have cut their gap between themselves and Greenfield. Dynamos are now on 25 points and Greenfield on 27 points. So they've reduced the 5-point gap to only 2 points. So if Dynamos were to win their next game, they'll be on 28 points. That means they'll swap positions with Greenfield. Assume Greenfield don't win their next game.
Yes, indeed. Well, Dynamos have got a lot of catching up to do. Here's a clearance. Played well to the far side. Meke tightly monitored there by Jalai. And Madera has done well to come and help out his captain, who picks up possession. This one goes out of play. Goal kick to Timbare. And Sinotena Meke having to retrieve, playing ball boy. It's given now Captain Jalai some anxious moment. Taura Mangwiro, the technical director at Greenfield, a highly experienced coach, played for Dynamos at the highest level, also for the national team. As Gwatidzo picks up possession here, Dynamos on attack. Nobody home. Throw-in, quickly taken. This one goes all the way back to Tafiremutsa. Fremutsa clears. Well defended. Wende tips over Batizo. Chiguara still holding on to the ball. Lays it through. Batizo. Rosengwenya. Ball played on the near side here. Oh, that was a crude tackle. Very crude tackle by Reginald Chinemu. Perusa Jr. brought down crudely. Here's how it happened.
It was a high put.
Yeah, a very high put, and he was actually threatening an opponent with that particular put. Let's see if they'll be able to get him up and about again. Dynamos had made some substitutions.
Run from Chingwara still animated there. Look at some selfie moments there for the fans, sharing some cosmetics. Yeah.
And of course there are the brown beverage.
It was a dangerous put. Yeah, high put there.
Although he tried to retrieve himself.
Yes.
It was late.
If it remains like this, Stanley, it will maintain a constant thread between the two teams, where the home team wins between Dynamos and Greenfield. If you look at the past encounters here to Faro, in 2023, Dynamos beat them by 1-0 through a goal by Tendai Magwaza. And last year, 2024, Dynamos won by 1-0 at Rufaro. And today, Dynamos have gone one up by scoring an additional goal, winning 2-0. So it's been 1-0, 1-0, and today is 2-0. So this fixture between Dynamos and Greenfield is always the home team that wins.
And Dynamos are well on course to do that. And while all that was happening, Chingwara picked up a yellow card. It's obviously for foul language towards either an opponent or the referee. Now Denver Mukamba to deliver. Oh, hitting the post from afar, my word! That was well struck. Dimari now playing with a lot of confidence. What on earth was he trying to do? This one bounces once, twice, straight to the goalkeeper. Tafiremutsa, but Denver Mukamba very nearly embarrassed the goalkeeper there. It came off the post.
It was a well-struck killer.
Yeah.
And these are moments where Denver Mukamba enjoys himself. He loves these moments. He loves the camera moments, and he definitely delivers.
Yeah, he does. Very nearly got Dynamos on the score sheet, and that ball runs out of play. Kagudu taking too long on it. So that will be a throw in to Dynamos. Some more changes. Out comes Chibwende. Perfect. In comes
Denzel Washington Mapua.
Mapua comes in. That's a striker. A clear indication that Greenfield are trying to add some players. Another one comes on, just number 19. God knows Mutina.
He's coming in for Harrison Massina.
Harrison Massina, center striker. Well, he was a bit subdued, if the truth be told. Kasongo now going forward for Dynamos. Good layoff. Peresu turning away from his marker, falls under challenge. Referee says play on. Gwende is taken away. And this one rolls into touch. Throwing to Dynamos. Greenfield definitely trying to up their game here with a number of substitutions. Batizo, Chiguara, looking for more support. It comes through. to nobody. Peresu falls under challenge. His hands. He could easily get punished. I saw it happen again, in the first game, Liverpool-Bournemouth, when Senesi handled before the referee could blow. Gakpo collected the ball.
Call it taking matters into your own hands.
Yes, and the referees will never allow that to happen. Yes, Batito swept off his feet by Mapua, so that will be a free kick. Greenfield given the free kick, ball quickly played. Now it comes to Wende on the edge of the area, but again they cannot find a taker. The Peresu Junior handing in the process. 10 minutes, let me say 9, from the 90. Poor clearance once again. Jalai miscues it. And that one runs into touch on the far side. Going. Jabare desperately defending their 2-goal lead here at Rufaro Stadium. If it ends like this, they've got a very popular saying, the Dynamos fans. They say, Nikaese Rufara.
Yes, indeed. Of course, historically, Dynamos has been labeled the 7 million fans team. Look at that family there.
They're catching them young as well.
Young, old, seems like they've had a good afternoon out at the Rufaro Stadium where they are enjoying the game as a family.
Yes, we wait for the corner to come. The ref has decided to delay it a little to sort out matters in the box. Ematsika heavily involved, desperate to get back on level terms or even get a goal to win it. But at the moment, it's 2-0 to Dibare. Cleared away by Guatizo, who has been standing firm in defense. Another throw, another free kick. That's corner kick rather. Corner to be taken. It's taken long into the area. And this one rolls over the byline. Goal kick. Juta Firimutsa and company. Forcing God knows Mutina to go and retrieve the ball so that play can continue.
It was a well-taken corner
Look at
kick.
it again. Well-taken corner kick.
Mr. Fremutsa was not comfortable dealing with it.
That's the clearance. Now Dynamos going forward. Envam Kamba. Showboating once again, bringing in a little cross. Goalkeepers then save. But there's no doubt, he may not have the fitness, but he has got a footballing brain.
He's got the footballing brain. Envam Kamba is one player who has seen it all. He plays out of his mind. Yes, the legs may not be as agile as they used to be, but you can actually tell his influence. Look at the way he was showboating, was running and winding up the crowd. And then as he went for the byline, he sent in a beautiful cross. Of course, the cross troubled the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper got injured in the process. But you can actually see that this is something coming from an experienced player.
Yes, Dynamos need the experience. This one headed away. Comes to the near side for Denzel Mapua, but loses possession. Little Peresu is being brought down, and a free kick to Dimbare.
This is the Caps United bench, Caps United coach.
Yeah, and Bakal and company.
And with the Caps United official security official Vincent Chama.
As we see there, Peresu Jr. being brought down there by Mapua. Watizo posting a long one into the area. Kasondo guides it for Chingoara. Queuing up a shot. Very nearly deflected in the box. But they just managed to keep the ball in play. Ross Guenya losing it out, and is picked up now by Majuru. Polite Moyo. Bajuru once again to Dematsika, who plays it short and gives away possession. Mukamba within shooting range. Plays it wide on the far side. Cleverly done, I must also say, nobody on the blind side. And this one will go out of play. Munde Kumbuke slowly coming back to his true self. That's a good skill there in getting past your marker. Mapua. Too slow. This one goes out of play. Through Magwaza, throw in. Taken quickly. Kagudu. And it comes back to Dimbare. Come by a bit too slow there. Mapua goes forward, lays it to the near side. Now Greenfield are coming through. The cross comes in, but this one will be taken away. But a standing firm in defense. Dematsika to the far side. Meke. And it's headed away again. As they come through. And it's cleared away by Magwaza. He's been very busy this afternoon, the young Magwaza.
He's been
outstanding in defense.
And it's a pity Greenfield still can't find their first goal against Dynamos at Rufaro Stadium. They still need to break the tie.
With 4 minutes to go, plus of course stoppage time, let's see how the corner will be taken. Now boys Denaro, they're taking this one with Kagudu. He's been responsible for all set-piece duties for Greenfield. Here comes the corner, well taken, punched away by the goalkeeper, doesn't go very far, still bobbling in there, and finally Mukamba calmly plays it forward. Perez has got the legs, blocks the clearance, throw in, and he's taken all the way back to Chikoero. This one comes into Mapua. Beats his marker. Can he get a left footer? Saved by the goalkeeper. Dafremutsa for another corner.
I think Dafremutsa didn't want to take chances because I thought that ball was curling away from the target. So, but Dafremutsa did very well. You need to be very sure. If you are not certain, make sure you protect and be safe.
Yes, as you can see there, the usually calm and collected Kelvin Kaindu, the Zambian, up on his feet, directing operations from the touchline. Here comes the corner, and it's headed out for what looks like a goal kick. One Dimbare player is down injured. That was the defender running back. Is Chinemo Reginald. Yeah, it would have sailed up out of play, but of course the goalkeeper wanted to make sure.
Meanwhile, Bigita pulled one back against Highlanders. It's now Bigita 1, Highlanders 2.
Yes, the relegated fight is now in full swing. Dimbare leading, Highlanders leading. Here's a long ball from Tafremutsa. An upward bounce. Nearly gave away possession. This is Wenya. Jalai contesting for the ball with Meke. The two Zimbabwe internationals testing each other. But no doubt Meke has enjoyed the advantage this afternoon because he was tormenting the Zimbabwe right back. Yes, they're all here as a family, enjoying themselves.
Some transfer gossip may be going on there. Some player transfer to say, who should we sign for Dynamos or who should we sign from Greenfield?
You never know. Now Dimbare would like to make a substitution. Leroy Mavunga is about to come on. The board is not up yet. It's Kasondo. Jairus Kasondo calls it a day. It was a wonderful job indeed, and he gets a handshake from his coach as he heads the ball into the net to give Dynamos the lead.
It will seem another update from relegation threatened team Manica Diamond are in the lead, leading by 1-0 over Moors. That's an interesting scoreline.
That's a very interesting one, given the way Moors have been dominating the game here. Dafire Mutsa making sure the points belong to Dynamos with a catch for the cameras. Here they come once again. Green Fuels. Dematika checks this one up. Mapua failing to beat Kotizo. That will be a throw-in on the near side. As Timbare continue to lead by 2-0. Teresu flicks it forward for Kamba, but nobody home. Chikoera will pick it up under no challenge at all. Bounces his once or twice before clearing it long down the line. And desperation to keep the ball in play fails for God knows Martina. This will be, oh yes, some fans enjoying themselves as well.
Family from the blue half
of the
of
capital.
football. Blue from the London and in the EPL, and blue from the capital in Harare. And then a child playing some games on his phone there.
Yes, Madeira. I think he handled in the process, so this will be 2 minutes of play. Joe, you can take over.
So there's a scuffle there that the referee needs to administer. And of course, Dynamos players not happy with the referee's decision. As we see more pictures of fans coming out to enjoy themselves. And here, this is the Greenfield family. They've traveled all the way from Kisumbanje, but they're not enjoying the outing, the scoreline. But in terms of their experience at the stadium, is something that they will treasure as a family. As we see a free kick there coming from the far side from Greenfield. Taken onto the center, control, shoot. Unfortunately, it goes off target there. He had done very well to control the ball, turn and try to go for target. Very unfortunate there. That was Denzel Washington Mapua. And some unofficial, fourth official there indicating that it is a time the referee should blow the final whistle. But of course, we know the referee on the day has his own watch that he will be following. And some fans are also calling for the referee to blow the final whistle. Dafire Mutsa launching a long ball forward. Headed away. And Dynamos will clear. Anyway will do. Headed forward. And aimless clearance. Beautiful control. And Dynamos will love that. Dynamos is changing passes in the middle of the park. Dynamos having to manage the game here, avoiding giving Greenfield an advantage. And that move, of course, did not materialize. And the throw in to Greenfield. A long ball forward. Will it help? Chinochina Meke tries to weave his way past, but Jalai stood his ground, picked up the ball, and now Jalai on his bike finds Devon Kamba on the far side. They exchange passes. It's now all about game management, Dynamos. Don't give the ball away. Retain possession. Even if you are not progressing, you might as well take it back all the way to your goalkeeper, Prince Furemita. And he will launch a long ball forward. And he's flagged offside. Offside call there against Dynamos. And Greenfield will waste no time. They'll take it quickly. The fans, they're enjoying themselves from the terraces. And of course, who can fault them? Who can blame them? And it's all over here at Faro Stadium. Dynamos beat Greenfield by 2-0. And as true to trend, Dynamos have restricted Greenfield from scoring a goal at Trafalgar Stadium. And the history and the trend is that Green Fuel have never scored a goal against Dynamos at Trafalgar Stadium. And that form and that trend continues. So what it means is Dynamos win by 2-0 through goals scored by Jairus Kasondo in the 90th, in the 48th minute, and then Temptation Chungwa with a penalty scored in the 5th, 7th minute. And now what it means is Dynamos have gained 3 points. They've narrowed the gap between themselves and Green Fuel. The gap was 5 points before this game, and now they've reduced it to just 2 points. If Dynamos were to win their next game, they will swap positions with Green Fuel. But this has been a game that did not have an excitement in the first half. We didn't have many points to talk about in the first half, but we saw two teams that were very cautious. They didn't want to make mistakes. At the end, Dynamos found their rhythm in the second half. Quick 2 goals from Dynamos made sure they secured the points here. And what it means, Dynamos get 3 points. And of course, it is sweet news to Dynamos fans. They are not swapping positions, but they reduce the deficit. And now we go inside to get comments from the coaches. Over to you, Stanley.
Second half, we conceded a lot of unnecessary free kicks, and our opponent benefited from that. Loss of concentration in the second half, I think, contributed to all this.
And what message would you give to the Green Fuel family?
We keep on fighting. We still have some few games to go, and we have to fight in the next coming games.
Thanks very much, Coach, and good luck next time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think even in our briefing we said this was going to be a very difficult game for us, and this is exactly what we saw. For us to go back at halftime 0-0 was just by the grace of God. I think our opponents put up a fight. They could have gone leading, but we didn't play a very good game. We came back second half, we charged ourselves. We managed also to score 2 goals. But in a day like that, when you don't have a good performance, you score 2 goals and you keep 3 points. I'm sure we keep on marching, and it brings more confidence also in the team, and we keep on believing that, yes, survival can be attained, I think.
And, this season, Dynamo started in a very difficult way. They were failing to score. They were conceding goals. What changes have you made in terms of attitude and style of play?
Nothing much. I think it's just, I think the team accepted me when I came. It wasn't an easy decision for a coach to make when the team was second in the bottom. I think with a lot of points for you to catch up with the next teams that are now, we have reduced that to 2 points. It gives us a lot of hope, and hopefully we continue to pick up points. It brings, yes, a lot of pressure because now we are getting used to winning, but I'm happy if we can win and score 2 goals in a performance like this. I think the team put in a very good fight.
Thanks very much, coach, and I hope your team survives.
Thank you so much.
Well, those were the 2 interviews. Godfrey Tamirepi, first of Green Fuel. He's the assistant coach to Rodolphe Lakama, who was not feeling too well. We believe that he had a procedure on the top of his head. There was a growth, but he's recovering, getting well. He did travel with the team, but he didn't want to overexert himself. You heard from him first. Then, of course, you heard from KK, Kelvin Kayindu. So the 2 Harare Giants now under Zambian mentors. Kabanana Ian Bakala in charge of Makepe Caps United, and now KK, Kelvin Kayindu, in charge of Dynamo Dimbare. Well, remember that Sparrow headed 1-0 for Dimbare. I headed 1-0 for Green Fuel, so I lost out, but he lost out on the scoreline as well. But good win for Dimbare, and well, not looking so bad now for not looking so good now for Greenfield, and that because we just heard that Manica Diamonds are leading Moors by 1-0. So if it stays like that, Manica Diamonds push out of the relegation zone. So not looking good for Greenfield.
Not looking good for Greenfield, and massive win for Dynamos. I think they needed to win this game at all cost, and did they just do that? And they did it in a style, keeping a clean sheet. The last 2 games managing to score 5 goals, 3 against Kwekwe, now 2 against Greenfield. 5 goals, and the goalkeeper keeping a clean sheet. And it's poising confidence starting to creep in the Dynamos camp as they face the next game in Scotland. For Greenfield, the next game is Simba Bora at home, so that's at least comfort they have. So a lot to play still there for the both teams.
That's right. As we see the highlights here in the second half, where we got the 2 goals, of course, first was Jairus Kasondo, former Northern Region Division 1 player for Pan-African FC. And there was it. The keeper, unfortunately, Sparrow, sleeping. There was nothing that he could do.
Nothing the keeper could have done. He got his foot wrong, I think, because of the bad pitch. And that was the penalty call.
That was a penalty. I think Greenfield were complaining, but I think this was a penalty. Lloyd Mapanje got it dead right. And a finely taken penalty kick by Temptation Chiwunga.
I think Temptation has been very good on the penalties. I think he's about 4 from penalties for this season. He's very calm and collective. And look at the technique he does. Just goes straight down the middle. He was leaning on the left side, so the goalkeeper thought he was going to place the ball on the left side.
That's right.
And he just went straight down, and good penalty.
Exactly. Leaning there on the right and to deceive the goalkeeper. Well, there was nothing that the goalkeeper could have done because penalties are so hard to stop. And can Temptation Chiwunga keep on and become a very technically minded penalty player like the likes of the great mastermind George Shire, Peter Ndlovu, Moses Chunga? I mean, well, he's hoping he could do that.
Well, he's hoping he could do that, and the more he takes, the more confidence, the more experience he gets, and I think he needs to continue doing that.
And of course, Knowledge Musona as well, an expert penalty taker. Well, Dynamos have won, but they're still 17th. They are now on 25 points. And their next game is Moto Che. They take on Mavira, Scotland. So, I mean, one never knows. You never know what can happen. You never know. They might turn the tables. Whilst Boys Denaro Greenfield are at home to Simba Bora in Chisumbanje at their Greenfield Sports Arena. You never know as well what might happen. But like I said, well, Dynamos have completed Mission Impossible 3. Now they await Mission Impossible 4. And this title race getting very, very exciting as the teams have turned the bend, now heading for the final stretch. And we're just headed for the final stretch ourselves because it's time for us to go. Just leaves me to thank Sparrow, Spencer Nyamadzao, getting ready for Fulham at 5:30 at Craven Cottage for Manchester United.
Absolutely. We need the 3 points after having lost to the Gunners last weekend. We need to get our foot off the ground.
That's right. Okay, you get ready as well. I don't know whichever team you are supporting. Well, I suppose the Dynamos fans are very, very delighted. I'll tell you that a couple of Dynamos fans were up and about here, around the ZBC Pockets Hill as they were listening, watching the game. Well, that's how it all goes. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. From everybody in the ZBC TV sports crew, fronted by our producers, Bevan Shinrai, Stuart Shuriwa, Tinashe Manyoni, and Gina Gwanzura, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.